saw a quote recently that said, I get tired of the quote-unquote under 40 lists. Show me someone who got their PhD at 60 after losing everything. Give me the 17-year-old debut novelist who writes from a lifetime of love and grief. Give me calloused hands and tendered hearts. And this quote reminded me of Sherrie. Sherrie doesn't come across as a fighter. She is the quiet one in the group, listening and observing, but she sees and she acts. She is a fighter for the little ones. Starting over in midlife requires courage and grit. It is not for the faint of heart. Sherrie went back to college when her daughter left the nest to pursue her own degree, feeding Sherrie's lifelong passion for teaching young children. And she has stepped into this new profession with force, not only as a paraprofessional in a special education preschool classroom, but also by serving on the building leadership team that collects and analyzes data to work towards improving the students' educational outcomes, and as a leader for the calendar committee that organizes activities and events for the school. And now, she is welcoming the role of advocate. So don't be fooled by Sherrie's quiet nature. Sherrie is a fighter. Let's welcome Sherrie Bair to the stage.
Good morning. My name is Sherrie Bair. I am a paraprofessional in a special education preschool classroom. For me, being a para means that I am an assistant preschool teacher. For other paras, it means that they could assist with students on buses, or they could be a one-on-one para for a student who may need that level of care, among other roles within the district. I have only been in this role for about 6 years because I went back to school later in life. I have an associate's degree in early childhood education. My family thinks I'm crazy. They told me that I could make more money in literally any other field than being a preschool teacher. However, I am passionate about early childhood education. I love to read, and I love to share that love of reading with my students. So I am passionate about early childhood literacy. And now, through my experiences working in a low-income school district, I am passionate about advocating for these students and families that I serve because they deserve better. I'm going to tell you about a little boy I'm going to call Lucas today. Lucas was a 4-year-old in our classroom. He was smart, funny, eager to learn and participate, and he loved to be helpful. He always cleaned up after himself after meals, and he would clean up after his classmates, even though we wished he would allow them to learn to do that for themselves. But that was one of his favorite ways of being helpful. Lucas also loved building a block area. He would go to pretend play to get a hard hat and a safety vest before he went over to block area to do his building. And sometimes he would take some of those materials to the dollhouse and pretend like he was building and repairing things over there. Lucas was on an IEP. An IEP is a legal document that states the goals that we are to be working on the children with, in addition to many other things. We are required by law to provide the things listed in an IEP. He received speech therapy services and occupational therapy services through his IEP. And although he did not have an official diagnosis yet, we knew that he had some sort of disconnect between his brain and being able to verbalize what he wanted to say. As a result, we often had some minor behavioral issues with him. He would cry and start stomping his feet. If it escalated, he would throw himself on the ground, kicking and crying, or he would go knock things off of shelves and start dumping things. He did find ways, however, to communicate things that he wanted with us. For example, when we went outside, he wanted a bike, he would crouch down like he was sitting on the bike and hold the handlebars, but he would twist his wrists like he was revving the engine. That was our favorite one. So this got me to thinking that maybe we could teach him some signs and get he and mom into some sign language classes, and he could learn to communicate in this way. But we soon learned that the dexterity in his fingers would not allow him to do many of the signs we were trying to teach him. So my next question for the teacher is, does he have a Go Talk listed in his IEP? And a Go Talk is a device with pictures and symbols. He would learn what the pictures and symbols mean. He could push a button and it would say the word for him. And she said, yes, this is listed in his IEP, but we don't have enough speech therapists on staff. Their cases are overloaded and they are doing the absolute best they can. Sorry. They are doing the absolute best they can with each child. So this was a pivotal moment for me. I thought to myself, I can become jaded and just accept that this is the way things are, or I could do something. And for a while, I didn't know what that looked like until I saw the application for the Groundwork Ohio Early Childhood Leadership Fellowship. And then I thought to myself, this is a way, sorry, this is a way that I can be a voice for not only Lucas, but every other child in our district who's not receiving what they need to be successful throughout their school careers. The Ohio Early Childhood Dashboard tells us that 62.1% of our kindergartners are not showing readiness for kindergarten. 63.9% of our fourth graders are not showing proficiency in reading, and 63% of our eighth graders are not showing proficiency in math. These numbers are unacceptable. What we teach in preschool matters. It lays a strong foundation for our children to build on throughout their school careers. Our children deserve the funding, the staffing, and the resources that they need to be successful throughout their entire school careers. Thank you.